Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Church of Chonkwij podcast. My name is DrNiggle, and I'm joined by Masami, OmegaConstruct, the Eliteness, and Zero Burn. Hope we're all having a wonderful evening after Masami posted more puns in the poop channel. Masami has a chicken-proof lawn. It's impeccable.
Unacceptable.
Thank you.
You waited this entire time just to... Okay, that's fair.
There's an honor in it somewhere.
I suppose you had to crow about it somehow.
Oh, God, come on. Okay, alright, so anyway, exciting week. Exciting week in gaming news. Actually, a lot of stuff happened. We got a bunch of stuff on the list, but I think we're starting off with Cyberpunk 2077, a whole bunch of small things which culminate into big things. And I think the first one is the official game trailer. And I bet Omega wants to ask our reactions to the official game trailer. Because it's pretty.
It's very
really, really fucking pretty.
Like
it does look pretty damn good.
It rustles my jimmies.
It is inexplicably and salaciously pretty.
So how much of this is in-game footage and how much of it is pre-rendered?
A lot of it looked like gameplay. Like, there were elements of it where it looked very much like gameplay. It's hard to tell. It will always be hard to tell with these kind of trailers. Next thing you know, you're going to have companies making trailers look like their gameplay when they're actually not. Who knows? But I don't know. It looked pretty cool. And I don't know. One thing I really liked about it was it was narrated, but not like lore style. It was more like, here's what I was thinking. Watching this 5-minute video, I learned more about how to play this game, or like the type of gameplay involved, than Warframe ever taught me in 2,000 hours of playing.
I mean, it's a pretty low bar, to be frank, but yeah.
Like, that 5 minutes did a better job explaining, like, here's some of the gameplay that you'll be seeing. Here's how some of these things work. Here's like it was really neat, and you know it finally gave us some meat to look at rather than just some pretty pictures and a lot of hype and promises.
And just a little bit of story, premise, and whatnot. I'll be honest, I totally missed the part where it's a first-person perspective sort of game. So that was kind of a new thing for me. But then again, I haven't been like super like following every drop of information, sort of paying attention.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a boob in there.
There were a couple, yeah.
Apparently, I saw on Reddit, there's a segment of the fan base who's going around talking about the fact that sex is going to be a part of the game, and they're being very annoying about it in social media and Reddit and Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, Saul's never played Mass Effect.
Not the internet. The internet would never do that.
But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, we're supposedly in the final stretch here. It's going to be releasing early December. That's the 4th time it's been pushed back, I think.
Who's counting?
Yeah, so we're hoping for not another pushback, but I know that CD Projekt Red, or maybe we covered this on the last podcast, the CEO of CD Projekt Red sent around a company apology email for understating how difficult the crunch was for employees. And yes, I know that they're still in the middle of the crunch, and they're trying to get this work done as fast as humanly possible.
Well, that was nice of him to acknowledge their suffering.
Yeah, right.
Nothing workers like more than meaningless platitudes.
Yeah. I think we finally had more podcast episodes than they've had game delays.
We're sorry.
Listen, let's be honest. Everybody at CD Projekt Red is going to be getting a fat bonus when this game sells like 20 million copies.
Yeah, we hope that well, I don't know if employees have anything on the back end, but we hope that they're, getting overtime at least.
Nah, I got a feeling this game is like, one of the things I was thinking about with this when watching this trailer was this game has been so hyped and the expectations are so high, but I don't think anybody is at all concerned about them really falling short. I mean, yes, there will always be people who are like, took it too far or whatever. But point being, like, there's no way that this isn't going to make them money. This is
Look at all
a massive game. There's been so much PR. Like, the entire gaming world has been waiting for this game for 2 years now. Keanu fucking Reeves was at E3. Like, this game is going to make bucket loads of money.
Right, but if it's not in your contract to get 0.5% on the back end of whatever is sold, and you're just a salary employee, the best you have to look forward to is overtime. Speaking as someone who has been parts of projects that have gone on to make a lot of money, and I've seen exactly none of it. I got my rate. I got what I asked for. Immortal Fear and Shiba. Yeah, Shiba, god damn it, stop being such a pessimist. That's my fucking job.
Sorry, I don't think he'll let you take that from him.
Nah, it's fine. The more the merrier. Misery loves suffering. More platitudes. What else with this? Oh yeah, 20 minutes of gameplay footage also got leaked from a copy streamed online.
Yeah, apparently there's some advanced copies that have gone out, and I haven't watched the video. We're not going to show the video, but anybody who is curious, you can go dig it up if you want to. It's floating around on some forums. I'm sure you can find it with some Googling, but...
Sure, the reviewers got to do their magic, and they need some time to do it, so...
Yeah, but why would you want to just see the gameplay footage? Because you can't wait for it to come out or something? Because I personally don't have an interest. I'd rather just start playing the game from the start and be surprised.
Same.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to go for. Like, this official game trailer is kind of enough for me. And, just relentlessly watching it while we talk about it is perfectly fine.
Well, and see, I'm that guy that likes to go kind of into stuff blindly. I didn't play the beta for Shadowlands, by the way. Came out today. By the way, huge issues. Thank you, Blizzard.
By the way, not surprised.
By the way, is anybody surprised? No. And the guild that I'm a part of has been preparing for different portions of the game, dungeons and such, and I'm I was at point today, they dropped like the first actual boss fight in the upcoming raid, the first raid, and I was like, can we just take 5 minutes and not put spoilers up everywhere?
Hmm.
And
you're funny.
Well, no, yeah. Oh no, I know I'm fucking hilarious, but I told my friends, I said, I'm a lore based person. I love going into a game and taking my time and pushing for lore and learning everything I can about every portion of the game, period. And the backstory is a huge thing for me, which is why I tend not to watch a lot of like story trailers and stuff like that because I don't want to be spoiled at all. So, but it is what it is. Some people like to get into a game and know exactly what they're getting into. I'm one of those ones that I don't. I want to be surprised.
Well, looks like Cyberpunk's going to have plenty there for you to dive into when it does finally roll around.
I think the gameplay trailer. Wow, words, not my thing today. Apparently, did a pretty good job of giving you the basics, but without like giving you major spoilers. Like Keanu Reeves will be in your head.
Well, it was kind of cool seeing a sneak peek at the character customization trees. And it seems like there's a couple different pages of different feats and skills that you can upgrade as you level up, and so there's going to be some sort of build diversity that players can do. So yeah, it's gonna hopefully it's gonna be interesting to see if it's to the point of like where you could almost consider them different player classes, or is it more just going to be sort of variations on a theme?
I think it's going to be less of a class structure. It's very similarly done on a game called Shadowrun in the RPG world, where there's no real classes, but depending on how you start, like where you put your starting points and your things like that, will skew you in a specific archetypal way. So you could literally be anything, and that's kind of what that gameplay trailer was speaking to me, is that you're pretty much, there'll be some archetypes that'll suggest to you, and then it'll, then you'll be able to go whichever way you feel like it, but then you can, go against type if you want to do this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be kind of cool. Similar to the Borderlands style of character creation.
Came for the build diversity, stayed for the boobies.
Yeah,
There's some pretty amazing glitter
Yes.
from the look of that wardrobe and the vehicle customizations.
Yeah, I mean, I pre-ordered it like way long time ago, so I'm pretty excited.
I will probably wait first for its first sale. I'm in no
Probably
rush.
going to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I could play the game, but my hardware would not do it justice. And they just announced the minimum requirements and actually detailed requirements, everything from the base low settings 1080p all the way up through high end systems. And I am capable of playing it. But I just feel like it wouldn't do it justice, and that I would almost be better off waiting until I upgrade my GPU. And it's kind of a shame to know that like I could play it, but it would look so much better if I waited.
I'm sorry that I keep on asking this because I'm usually really good at remembering stuff. But what is your graphics card?
It's a 380X.
Okay.
When I do play it, if I do play it, we'll probably be on minimums because unfortunately there are no hardware upgrades in my future. But
Yeah.
I'm more in it for the, like, I appreciate a pretty game, no lie there. Like, I have to visually be turned on by what I'm seeing, but there's a deep part of me that really enjoys a good story. So
the announced lowest, the minimum for 1080p was Core i5 3570K or an AMD FX 8310, which everybody here I think has better than that. 8 gigs of RAM, same. But the GPU, NVIDIA GTX 780, which honestly is impressive that you can play this game on that piece of hardware, which is going on like 5-6 years old, or an AMD Radeon RX 470. So those are the minimum specs. The recommended for mid-level gameplay would be a GTX 1060 or an AMD an RX 470 again. And then you get into high and ultra settings. High would be an RTX 2060 or an RX 5700 XT. So yeah, they definitely made this game cater. It's friendly towards older systems, but older systems with an asterisk, like 3-4 years ago. And it's, if you have a newer system, if you have an RTX 2080 or an RTX 3070 or a Radeon 6800 XT, if somehow you got a 6800 XT, yeah, you can really pump this up. You can play it on 4K or even 2K or 4K. So yeah, it's oh, and then there's a completely other table for if you want ray tracing minimum specs. And as you can imagine, that starts out with NVIDIA RTX 2060.
Well, interestingly, it has come out that they are not going to offer ray tracing for AMD on launch. That's going to be a later update. They're apparently working with AMD right now to get that working, but at launch, It won't be supported.
I had to actually look up what ray tracing was. I am not up to date on my PC hardware lingo.
It's like Where's Wally, but with rays.
Basically.
I mean, really what you need to know is that it's the new hot stuff. It's the new hotness. It's the new lingo. It's just the next generation new innovation in GPUs. And most people don't actually know what it is. And they just use the term because it's, it sounds smart. Just talk about it like you know what it means, and it's fine. It just makes you look really good.
If you've ever watched a morning show with somebody talking about something that is supposed to inform you, so ray tracing is the really hot button item this fall. Everybody's into ray tracing. You're definitely gonna want to go out and get yourself a card that's got ray tracing enabled on it. It's gonna set you back about $1,500. Whoops.
Really, what it mainly comes down to reflections. It's a new, it's like a new innovation in the way lighting and reflections work that is enabling them to make shit look really pretty.
Real life, it's like that, but on your screen.
Yeah, Shiva, $1,500. Yeah, sorry. The RTX 2060 is substantially cheaper than that, but if you want a RTX 3070 or an RTX 2080 series or something like that, yeah, they're minimum $1,000. And then the RTX 3080s. Wait, is the 3080 out? The 3080 is the one that's out. Yeah, that's also going for quite pricey. Quite pricey, the new GPUs that they're trying to push. Because the RTX series, everybody needs the RTX. They're brand new. They're hot shit.
Black Friday's coming up.
Yeah, they'll mark them down $20. It'll be a bargain.
Borgen.
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 Oh God.
So anyway, if somebody has a really kick-ass computer, you're going to be able to play this game beautifully. If you don't have a kick-ass computer, you will still be able to play this game, and who knows, maybe it looks glorious in 1080p. That's the max resolution on my monitors. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing.
I'm playing it that much anyway.
Most people are still playing 1080. 4K is still new enough that it is still what you would consider next gen. So a vast majority of people playing this game are not playing it 4K. They're not playing it with ray tracing. So
what's hilarious to me is the streamers that are going to be putting this out day one playing Cyberpunk 2077, and they'll get a ton of views, but they'll be playing in 4K, and I don't think that Twitch natively supports that. I don't think any platform natively supports that aside from YouTube. And even then it gets downscaled.
Oh yeah, massively downscaled.
Otherwise, their bandwidth would go to shit. Although it is kind of amusing what CD Projekt Red is putting in for an option for streamers that are going to be streaming at day one and after.
This makes me happy. Yeah. The fact that they're putting in a stream-enabled mode in Cyberpunk 2077 where it literally mutes the copyrighted music within the game. Thank you, CD Projekt Red, for looking out for streamers, because nobody else will.
This is funny because it came up so recently, but we did actually explore this on the last podcast, and they're not the first game to do this by any means. It's just a really nice option to have in the game, and it's really nice to have, especially now, because as the descriptor for this article says, fuck Twitch.
Okay, well, well, it was nice being on here. So no, I have to say, we did my stream this past Saturday. Thanks again to Doc and Omega for spending a large chunk of time with me. And the only streaming service that I had a problem with was Facebook. And
if they gave me,
yeah, I got a DMCA takedown notice.
Why?
For the music that I was playing. Even though the music is from Monster Cat, which is an app Designed
Look.
by Twitch.
Look, I've been trying to tell you this for a long time. Don't bother with Facebook. I mean, I
I'm
know
not
as many
anymore.
platforms as you can, reach as many people as you can, all the rest of that, but Facebook is
People on Facebook aren't people.
Yeah, right.
You should want to reach people. They're not people.
They're just angry over there. They're not much else.
Oh.
Now, if you're gonna start a talk show about how the lizard people are taking over the government, that is glorious for Facebook.
Well, they're taking fluoride, they're putting it in the water, they're turning the fucking frogs gay, and
My very big brain balls.
interdimensional pedophiles are coming down, and they're elves, and they're coming down here, and they're molesting the children.
Whatever this interdimensional creature is, the fallen one who is not of this world.
Thank you, Alex Jones, for all of the great highlights.
He keeps on coming back up.
He really does. He's No, I will not put Alex Jones back in the box. That's the one impersonation that I can do.
Better be careful what box we put it in, otherwise it might never come out again.
We may unlock a Pandora's labyrinth.
Yeah, that's a callback to another really awful pun that Masami made earlier this week. Moving on. There's a whole channel just of puns.
Well, that you said the for poop thing was for things that were poopy, and well,
The for poop thing was for things that are poopy. Yes, I did. That sounds like something that I would say, honestly.
Shapoopy? I'm sorry.
And so not included in the stream remote option to turn off copyrighted music because fuck Twitch. There were also 6 new tracks from the original soundtrack from CD Projekt Red released this week.
Yeah, just up on YouTube. You can go check them out if you want to. It's pretty cool. It's like cool ambient music, just from the game. Obviously, it's none of the tracks that are like the licensed music in the game, but it's some of the original composed stuff.
Some hot tracks.
Hell yeah.
And the tunes.
So CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077, looking forward to it. Coming in early December.
Maybe.
Asterisk.
Coming soon.tm.
Coming soon, possibly, maybe.
Probably.
No, for sure.
We are
December
90% sure.
Servers don't crash like WoW.
We said 100% sure before, but we didn't mean it. But maybe we were 90% this time.
Nobody ever said 100 or 100. Yeah, 100%. I was going to say 107.
They did. They said that they were 100% sure. They guarantee it. They're not going to have another delay. And then they
God.
And then they said they did like quite a funny thing with it though, where they said they took it back on Twitter. Can we delete this tweet?
I actually saw somebody found a screenshot where somebody tweeted at them and said, "Hey, do you guys promise no more delays? I'm about to take the day off work and I need to be sure." And they were like, "We promise no more delays." And then literally the next day they announced this last delay.
Oh fuck.
Oof.
Ouch.
That'll hurt.
Somebody banned that Zero Burn Gaming guy. He's spamming.
He's spamming chat.
Hey, look, I finally got links to work thanks to my sister, who I bought Chipotle for getting them to work.
Chipotle? Nice.
Yeah, or as my sister calls it, Mexican McDonald's.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
It's about right.
Apparently, finally getting one in my neck of the woods. I am underwhelmed still.
Mexican McDonald's.
It is. Well, no, it is because they're owned by the same parent company that McDonald's is owned by. So, Mexican McDonald's.
So it's a real estate company.
Essentially, yes.
Here at Chipotle, we understand how valuable your time is. That is why our food is scientifically engineered to make you throw up out of your butt.
I thought that was Taco Bell.
Same deal.
No, that's grade D horse meat.
There's no such fucking thing, by the way. That's not how we grade meat. There's no such thing as grade D or grade F meat.
I like how he went after the grade and not the horse part. That's fantastic.
Look, we all know it's from horses. The point is that it's either FDA, FDA, or is it? No, it's the Federal Agricultural. So, what are USDA approved, or USDA choice, or USDA prime, or USDA not approved at all? Don't buy it because it's not available. That's how that works.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for our meat segment.
And then you come to Louisiana and they're like, is it meat? Because I'll eat it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So you're saying,
okay.
You're saying that you're in a state where people will just do anything to get as much meat into them as possible.
They'll just stuff any meats that they can inside of them.
You know what? You know what, Doc? Acceptable. Very acceptable.
Thank you.
See, Gator is amazing.
Gator really is amazing.
It's like
It's like it does taste exactly like chicken.
It is chicken. It's chicken with a fish texture.
It's got like it's a little bit more sinewy, I'd say, than chicken.
Yeah, it's a little more chewy, but the taste is a dead ringer.
Yeah,
It's good.
for sure.
Yeah, and you can make a really good pie. You can make alligator pie. It's real fucking good. Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like I have to say that alligator pie.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Put that southern
That's-
drawl
That's
pie.
this week.
Already thinking about food.
Yay!
Got homemade rolls to make.
Oh, it's gonna be good stuff. Oh, that's good. It's for forever since I had a good gator pie. Sheba, you and me both. There's just no gators up here, and the ones that are prudes.
Is that why you say, see you later, alligator?
So yeah. All right, what else we got on
Okay.
this list?
Yeah,
There's a
moving
lot
on.
of CD Projekt Red stuff.
We-
That was great.
Yeah, we covered all that. We got some updates on the Apple versus Epic story that we've been sort of covering on and off for the duration. Apple has actually dropped their commission from 30 to 15% for apps that make less than $1 million. It's kind of interesting. Won't affect big things like Epic, obviously, but it's interesting to see that they are changing the way that the markets work, their app store works, as all this is happening.
I'm sure that this is something that they were going to do way before Epic messed up their last 2 quarters. So they were going to do this anyway because they're such good guys and they're so friendly to smaller developers.
Such a nice
Yes.
big corporate company.
Such a nice big corporate whore. But yeah, I also find the timing of this slightly interesting, and also I'm not familiar. I don't have any idea how many apps there are on the store that make less than $1 million, or why this would be significant for them. How many? Because I don't know. How many apps in store that actually have microtransactions on them are making less than $1 million
Well,
a year? I presume this is a year.
yeah, I'm saying think of all the apps that are made by like just some guy who made a game.
Yeah.
And he sells copies for 99 cents, or a little company that has an app for their business or
Yeah.
whatever. Those kind of companies,
There's
or
a ton.
those kind of apps.
There are a ton. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, so it's not specifically limited to microtransactions. It's actually the price.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
pay 99 cents for an app, you're no longer giving 30% of it to Apple.
Yeah, it's just their commission on on whatever they sell.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's their small business program initiative. Yeah, and it's cumulatively. So if you earn cumulatively less than $1 million, you qualify, and that's it.
Neat.
Okay. Yeah. So that was one. We did cover something else in the last podcast where GeForce was offering streaming service to NVIDIA offers a streaming service which gives people access to games, streaming games on their phone, and Fortnite could possibly have been part of that. And now GeForce has promised that Fortnite is coming soon to iOS devices.
Ooh.
Yep. NVIDIA announced the beta for GeForce Now on iOS Safari has just kicked in. This was a couple days ago now. And if you have a gamepad and hook it up to your phone or your iPad, pay your $5 GeForce subscription, and before you know it, you'll be able to play Fortnite.
So
Great.
if you instigate a microtransaction through the GeForce streaming service or the NVIDIA streaming service, does NVIDIA take a percentage of it? And can Epic find a way to circumvent that, if so?
Well, but see, here's the funny thing, is that not only, right now it supports playing with gamepad only. So that would make it more akin to the console version or the PC version, say, if you were using a controller instead of a keyboard and mouse. So you can't use keyboard and mouse with this. But they're working on doing a touchscreen version. And that would be a direct end around of the iOS or the Apple App Store.
That would be, it'd be kind of funny. I do want to see them do this, just as a little fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, they announced that, here's the quote, alongside the amazing team at Epic Games, we're working to enable a touch-friendly version of Fortnite, which will delay availability of the game. While the GeForce Now library is best experienced on mobile with a gamepad, touch is how over 100 million Fortnite gamers have built, battled, and danced their way to victory royale. We're looking forward to delivering cloud streaming Fortnite mobile experience powered by GeForce Now. Members can look for the game on iOS Safari soon. So they're like coming out and basically saying, fuck you, Apple, we're doing this.
They laid their dick on the table.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Like, Apple's taking a big loss on this one. Pretty much everybody's, like, nobody's on their side right now.
Yeah, no, and then Tim Sweeney, old Tim Sweeney. Transition. But old Tim
Yeah.
Sweeney. Really?
Yeah.
Really, you're going to invoke the civil rights movement.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with the PR front and like winning this battle in the court of public opinion. And then Tim Sweeney has to go out and say some fucking dumb shit, saying that they're fighting for their civil rights. Jesus.
The exact quote was from Tim Sweeney, who is the Epic Games CEO. Said it's everybody's duty to fight. It's not just an option that somebody's lawyers might decide, but it's actually our duty to fight that. If we had adhered to all of Apple's terms and, taken their 30% payment and processing fees and passed the cost along to our customers, then that would be Epic colluding with Apple to restrain competition on iOS to inflate prices for our customers. So going along with Apple's agreement is what is wrong. And that's why Epic mounted a challenge to this. And, you can hear of any and something inaudible to civil rights fights where there were actual laws on the books and the laws were wrong and people disobeyed them. And it's not wrong to disobey them because to go along with that would be collusion to make them status quo. So that was taken and put into an article by TechCrunch that summarized it by saying Epic Games founder Tim Sweeney likens fight against Apple to fight for civil rights, which Tim Sweeney replied to on Twitter, saying, "It's a good article. Hey, critics, please read what I said and tell me if it's actually wrong. When the rules were wrongful, it was right to disobey them. That's the comparison to the civil rights movement." To which TechCrunch got back to him and said, "That's wrong. And that's why Epic mounted a challenge to this. And, you can hear of any, that's his quote. And people disobey them and was wrong and all the rest of that. So he defended the point in response. And eventually he just took a bunch of shit about this, trying to say that, yeah, this is not something that's... Here's the reality of the situation. This is not affecting people's civil liberties. This is not affecting, our rights as consumers. If you don't want to pay 30% to the Apple Store, you don't have to own an Apple device. It's as simple as that.
This is one of those situations where, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's just
saying it's just really the wrong analogy to use. Yes, you are right. And if the point you were making is that, you're disobeying rules that you believe are wrong, sure. But you don't go and compare yourself to the fucking civil rights movement. That's the difference here. It's it's just not a comparison you make. You just don't do that.
So
You're not wrong. You're just an asshole. Sorry. I forget what show or movie that came from.
I'm not exactly sure, but you made it sound like Seinfeld. And I don't think he said that.
No.
So, yeah, there's no reason for him to be making public comments about this at all. You're involved in a lawsuit. You don't need to justify why you're doing this lawsuit. Everybody knows you're trying to make more money. You're a company. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. You're trying to make more money. Just leave it at that. You don't need to coerce stupid people in deciding with you. Yet. I
mean, they have been very upfront about waging this whole battle in the court of public opinion from the beginning. They've leveraged their player base, their audience, from the get-go. So I don't think you're not wrong that he shouldn't be doing this, but I think for some reason they think that's part of their strategy, is to keep public pressure on Apple, and that's why they keep talking about it and keep making all these public statements, even when they sometimes backfire, as this one did.
A little bit.
By the way, that saying was Jeff Bridges in The Big Lebowski when speaking to Walter in the bowling alley.
All right.
I haven't seen that movie, so no idea.
Oh, God.
That gets you one of these.
I have very big brain balls. God.
Oh,
it's a good quote.
Oh, it's a great quote.
So,
something that wasn't on the topic list that was actually just brought to my attention. A few weeks back, we spoke about Alex Trebek passing away. It appears that the heads of Jeopardy have decided on who the interim host will be. And it appears that they have picked Ken Jennings.
I don't know who that is off the top of my head.
I mean, that's a move that would surprise no one. He's pretty much everybody's been like, it's going to be Ken Jennings. He was he's no longer the record holder, but he was the first guy to set an absolutely absurd record on Jeopardy, and just was the champion for a super long time.
The longest winning streak ever on the US game show.
That's right, yeah, the longest winning streak, but not the most winnings or something like that.
74 wins.
But he has been presumed to be the next host for quite some time. Because, he's been a celebrity for it. People love him. He's got a great personality. He's always been very public about his persona after everything, and he didn't shy away from the limelight, and he was the Jeopardy celebrity, so I think it makes total sense.
He has a cheesy grin, though. I'll give him that. That grin looks evil.
He looks like the British version of Dave Foley. Just
does-
never mind.
He does look British. 100% looks British.
I don't believe he is.
No, he's not. But he looks it. It's that.
I mean, I agree with Sheba on this. LeVar Burton or
LeVar Burton.
I can't. He has to wear the visor though.
He's so nice, though. That's LeVar Burton's thing. He's such a nice person. I don't know. There's something about Jeopardy that just I don't know.
They look nothing alike.
That's your biggest concern. LeVar Burton doesn't look anything
I thought
like Alex
I thought you said Ken Jennings looks like LeVar Burton. I was like, no, they don't. Oh, you're saying that guy must be the host, not Ken Jennings?
Yeah, saying LeVar Burton should be the host.
Oh, okay. I support
God,
that
I
move.
love this podcast.
You just keep on. Oh god, yeah, he wears the Star Trek communicator badge. He just keeps on calling, asking for advice.
Yeah, 100% support that.
Oh god. Poor LeVar Burton. What's he up to? Let's go to Google here.
Apparently, he recently tried to revive Reading Rainbow, and it failed. People are being dicks about the rights to the name.
Maybe he's playing WoW right now.
Well, I doubt it because hardly anybody's playing WoW unless they're on a new character server.
See, LeVar Burton, what you doing?
He's been on quite a few. He was on quite a few episodes of The Big Bang Theory, actually.
He's been doing Twitter live streams 3 times a week called LeVar Burton Reads. He's still reading to us. God bless this man.
I grew up with Reading Rainbow. I've had so many memories of that. So much.
Yeah, me too. I fucking freaked out the episode of Reading Rainbow that they did on the bridge of the Enterprise. Please tell me someone else has seen that.
Yeah,
Good shit. Yeah. All right. Well, he's live streaming on Twitter.
Good for him.
Yep. So get your children together around the Twitter machine and listen to LeVar Burton read you stories because he's excellent at it. Oh man.
He'll read you stories and then ask you to ask a 6-year-old what they thought about it.
Which is fine. Presumably, you're listening to these stories with a 6-year-old. So yeah, ask the 6-year-old, how did you like that story? What did it make you think
no,
about?
you need to go find a 6-year-old.
And then you ask them, okay, where can I drop you off after this? Because you're not sleeping at my house.
You go find a 6-year-old and bring them back to your house.
That's
Watch the
unacceptable.
show with them. Demand to know what they think about it.
Start hanging out at Walmart.
The Church of Chonkwij does not support any of these actions. I think we need to put that disclaimer out there.
Please do not ask a random child. Please only ask a child that you are, related to or friendly with.
I was getting.
Yes. Be familiar with the laws in your particular state before you try to abduct a child from Walmart.
Oh god, this is so getting me kicked off of Twitch.
I was about to say, if the other stuff wasn't, the stuff sure as hell is.
Okay, well, so what's next?
The big list of hodgepodge.
Okay.
Yeah. There's showing ads on everything.
I am going to. Oh yeah, we can do that first. YouTube is starting to show ads on all videos, regardless of whether or not the channel has monetization.
So this pisses me off a little bit, because, and the point was made on a couple of videos that I watched earlier today when this was first announced, it a lot of people were like, okay, but why? And
Money.
yeah, exactly. And it's gotten to a point where YouTube is just, we don't give a shit about small creators. We only care about the big dollar donors that give us money to put their shit front and center. So
Yeah.
CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, stuff like that.
So YouTube's official statement is, this is part of our ongoing investments in new solutions like home feeds, ads that help advertisers responsibly tap into the full scale of YouTube to connect with their audiences and grow their businesses. So it's all above board, people. If like me, you have a YouTube channel where you have never entertained having monetization because you don't care about ads on your videos or making what, half a cent or something. Isn't it like YouTube gets 60% of ad revenue at this point?
Yeah, it's a 60-40 split. And the ad revenue, my cousin streams he does the big light shows for Christmas on his house and streams them on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube. And he told me, he said last year or the year before last, he was seeing a fair amount of exposure and was getting pretty good regular checks from YouTube 2 years ago. And then last year, he said it just tanked. And like he was getting 8-9 cents for every 100 views.
Well, the thing, I'd be surprised. I don't know how big his channel, or I'm sorry, I didn't hear if he said. But yeah, YouTube revised its terms of service earlier this year or late last year, where they said if you don't have a certain number of video watches or you don't have a certain number of subscribers or videos up on your channel, you're not going to be eligible for monetization at all. So they've made it so that they don't have to pay people for ads if their channels don't meet a certain requirement. And now they've gone one step further and said, well, you're still going to have ads on your channel, even if you don't qualify for having ads or if you don't want ads. But instead of you getting a percentage of the money, we're taking all of it.
Yeah.
So this is YouTube, saying, we want more money. We are a capitalist enterprise. We need to show growth, and this is how we're going to make more money. So yeah, I guess fuck me. I don't want ads on my DrNiggle videos, but assuming anybody ever watched them,
I did.
they'd have an ad in front of them.
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I have watched them all.
Swear
Linus is the person who keeps on coming back and watching that one in particular.
No, that would actually be me because I get a fucking roll out of. And if it's the one you're talking about, if it's the one I think you're talking about, that was just, it's fucking amazing.
Double Dobby Days?
Yeah, Linus keeps on watching Double Dobby Days.
Yeah, that's my one that I keep watching.
The one that I keep watching is the Drunken Leetness.
Of course, yeah, that's the one
that you did.
That's, of course, that doesn't exist.
I need to put that one on a DCMA list, actually.
Oh man.
Oh god.
I did not
I feel like
to me in this video.
This is where I feel like an old lady and remember the days when YouTube didn't have ads, where it was a great place to watch videos because there were no ads and fuck the TV, there were no commercials, yada yada yada.
They had banner ads, or they had the ads to the right of the video or something that you never had to worry about. And yeah, then they started doing the video ads, and then they started doing multiple video ads. Yeah. Well, YouTube's gone to shit. How about that?
Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Honestly, it's not going to change terribly much. There's going to be an outcry about this, and then people are just going to deal.
Pretty much.
Because what are you going to do? Not use YouTube? Kind of got you by the balls there.
Yeah, well.
There'd have to be another solution in place for people to actually abandon the platform, and it's just so permeated, the last 10, 15, 20 years of internet technology. I don't actually remember when YouTube was founded. I just know it's been a while. And time
2005.
is a construct. Okay, I was right on the 15.
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. My sense of time is not completely fucked by 2020. Thank you. Fuck 2020.
But here's the thing, though. Somebody starts up a new video streaming site, and it becomes, more popular, and people start abandoning YouTube for that stream site. Google just buys it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They
Nothing
buy
will
it.
even gain that initial traction.
Yeah.
There have been a
There-
couple
there's-
like BitChute and places like that have tried, and they can't get the traction that YouTube has.
No one ever will. And that's the problem with social media. There will never be another social media on the scale of what we have today. Facebook is not going away. The internet is fucked. The internet is.
There are
totally fucked.
no monopoly laws over the internet.
And there's nothing that can be done to create new alternatives to these things because of how ubiquitous these things have become and how compliant the rest of industry and the economy is with them. So just get used to it.
I mean, I don't even know. I think that people have tried some equivalent of an antitrust lawsuit against Facebook or against another larger platform like that, and I don't think that it works. You can't really argue that. Yeah, well, as per usual with the human race, we're 20 years behind making laws to govern our technology. So, sure, we'll get around to that eventually. When it's way too late.
All right.
Emoji.
A bunch of other stuff here. I'm going to pass this over to the Leetness because he is the resident expert. Rumors of a GTA map expansion. Leetness, your thoughts?
So I think that sounds great.
All right.
They've actually made the full announcement. It was either today or yesterday.
Actually, I mean, I'm not really keen on it. I'd prefer a new map altogether. I mean, I've played that GTA 5 map. We all have played that one to death. Even though they're expanding it, I'd much rather just go to the new game, to be honest.
You want GTA 6?
Yeah.
Well, there's a new tropical island, part of the Cayo Perico heist, which will launch on December 15th.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is Rockstar competing with Cyberpunk.
So there's a new island location, and it's supposedly filled with the world's most notorious drug dealer. And you'll need to infiltrate their compound in the new heist that they're introducing. And all the fun shenanigans that come along with it. Rockstar is saying it's going to have a, quote, brand new approach to heists, which for the first time will actually have a solo option to complete heists.
I'm sure it's going to be totally doable solo.
You could, at least it might be possible versus the other things that require groups. But you could also
plus tank.
You could also play it with a full party, of course. And there's also going to be new weapons, new vehicles. The island's going to have new social spaces, guest DJs, new radio station with 100 new songs. They're also teasing a, quote, very large, very versatile, heavily armed submarine headquarters. And plenty of other surprises with this new update. So, yeah, new GTA shit coming soon.
I didn't see anywhere, but did they say you have to pay for this?
I didn't see that anywhere here either.
Yeah.
It says it's a patch.
Yeah, I think GTA is... Have they charged for anything?
No, there is no DLC for Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly.
They make all their money through microtransactions and shark cards.
Yeah, so that was my thought as well. So I imagine this is just going to be a big new content dump for everybody. just like the casino update.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds good. I mean, I'll play it.
It'd be interesting to see how you get to this island.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it's going to be part of the open world, if it's going to be its own contained open world, or if it's going to be a separate instance in and of itself, kind of like the casino is when you're inside the casino. Like even when you're out on the beaches, the same in gameplay sense. Like, are there going to be streets where we can drive around with our cars? Are there going to be?
It does say it's a map expansion, so they might actually be. There's a ton of ocean before you get out to the dead point, and it kills you, and you have to respawn. They might actually just be putting an island out there and making the map slightly larger.
That would be pretty cool.
So you could helicopter out there.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm excited, even just to get a look at it. I mean, I still enjoy our GTA shenanigans. There's something special about GTA in that, there's always new ways to cause chaos, new things to do. So
unbridled chaos.
It's it's the kind of game that we've jokingly talked about playing Diablo 3 once in a while. I feel like with Diablo 3, I don't want to play it because it takes me like a week to get into like top Diablo 3 shapes, just remembering how everything works, how all the different systems, everything I need to do. GTA, you could just drop into GTA after not playing it for weeks, months, and you know exactly what to do, exactly how everything works, and you can have your fun.
Lateness, I want you to prepare to infiltrate my remote island compound.
Oh my.
Mm.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
God.
this is
I want to
great.
turn your islands before you get too far. Maybe adjust the palm tree.
I'm cool with that. I'm good with that.
So
trying to mash all the technology stuff into one thing. I guess we could. Oh, I have a slight thing to go off on that nobody else is interested in. But there's a new game coming out called Nebuchadnezzar. If anybody ever played Caesar 3 or Pharaoh way back in the day, those city builders. Linus, you did?
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nebuchadnezzar is like that, coming on February 17th to Steam and GOG. The selling point behind Nebuchadnezzar is, the graphics are a little dated. They are going to, well, they're not dated. They're just done in a style that's going to remind people of Caesar 3 and Pharaoh. And it's got that. Yeah, right. It's got the grid building system, and it's got the systems that you have to set up, the supply chains and everything like that, going back and forth. What Nebuchadnezzar has that Caesar 3 and Pharaoh never did is micromanagement of those systems. So if anybody remembers Caesar 3 and got a little tired of building roads specifically to funnel the little guys walking down it so that they would supply the buildings that they're supposed to supply, supposedly there are new systems in Nebuchadnezzar that will allow you to manage shit like that so that you can put a little more emphasis on the city building aspect of it and not necessarily, have the same road system, the same grid set up every single block of your city to make everything go perfectly. So it's a fun little city builder game that I'll probably be paying attention to, just because Caesar 3 is still a fantastic city builder micromanagement game. It's just, I've had long enough to play it that I know its flaws, and there's not a lot of room for creativity in it. You basically have one way or two ways to build everything, and if you can build a metropolis if you just keep on doing it over and over and over and over again.
I saw in that same article, they mention Pharaoh, a new era as well. Coming
Are they?
to Steam.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that.
Yep, right at the bottom of that article. Well, yeah, just above the guy's name, Fraser Brown. You'll see. Also worth keeping an eye on is Pharaoh, a new era, a remake of the original Pharaoh.
Oh yeah, okay. Triskel Interactive is rebuilding it from scratch with new
Yep.
add-ons, including new 2D art, a new UI, and changes to mechanics to drag it into 2020. Yeah. That also might be worth it. Pharaoh, another game that was inspired by C0C. Yeah. Good shit. I missed that. Thank you.
Yeah, I really liked that game. Pharaoh was one of my favorites back in the day.
Pyramids. Build giant fucking pyramids
Yeah,
from ziggurats.
it was so cool. I loved the architecture and everything from that. I love Egyptian things. Egyptian things.
I love Egyptian things, like cats.
Meow.
All right, sorry. So that was my little tangent. Thank you for indulging me.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sounds neat.
Definitely.
I look forward to about 6 months after you've put a lot of time into a city, making you stream it and show me around your city.
Oh man, it might be a thing.
Sounds like it'd be a glorious thing.
I'm still going out the fucking golden ship achievement in Anno 1404. That's just gonna take me for the rest of my life.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah, right. I think I can count on one hand the number of people online I've read who have gotten that achievement. And they all say the same thing. It's not worth it. It's just a fucking golden boat. That's it. Don't waste your life doing this. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna waste my life doing it.
How do you
Don't
get
tell
it?
me what to do.
There's a list of about 270 achievements, including the most difficult achievements in the game, that you need to get all of. And your reward for this is title. You get a title that says, I don't know, Defender of the Grail or something. And you get to start off every new game after that with a golden boat. That's your default flagship, is this golden ship.
Now I know how far you'll go for glitter.
Yeah, right. What really fucking surprises me is that it's not available. You can't buy it. It's not like a DLC that you can pay money for. Ubisoft never did that. They were just like, okay, here's this thing. Here are these two things in this game. You can only get it if you play this game for thousands of hours. And by the way, there's no DLC, and we're not making money off this. It's fucking mind-boggling in 2020. That's the kind of shit that they were thinking up in 2007. Glorious 2007. Anyway.
Years ago.
Yeah, right. IO is making a James Bond game. I know nothing about this. I do know IO Interactive.
Yeah, I just think it's cool that we're getting a new James Bond game.
Is it going to be first person, or is it?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the original Bond game was the one. Aren't they doing? I might be. Yeah, Project 007. I think this is akin to the old GoldenEye game that came out forever ago.
Play that teaser trailer, Zero.
That's what I'm doing.
Da, 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 da.
Are we getting a Bond movie anytime soon? I guess I kind of lost track of them.
No, because COVID.
Yeah.
Fuck you, 2020.
Yeah, the film industry is effectively stalled. And what is coming out isn't fantastic.
Well, that was a great trailer. We saw a bullet.
Yeah, right. We saw Anne Bullet.
And bullets.
Yeah.
Bullet entering the chamber. It might as well have been sexual.
Is indeed quite sparse.
It's exceptionally sparse, yeah.
But hey, there's a new James Bond game coming out.
Hooray!
MGM is one of the production studios. Of course they are.
I mean,
Gotta make their money somehow.
yeah,
They own the rights.
A new game, Mr.
their
Bond.
IP.
I wonder if it's gonna be what's his name that died?
Sean
Connery?
Connery.
Yeah, that Bond.
You know,
Well, it says, okay, the official game website says, featuring a wholly original Bond story, players will step into the shoes of the world's favorite secret agent to earn their first 00 status in the very first, to earn their 00 status in the very first James Bond origin story.
okay,
So
he's not my favorite. Austin Powers is my favorite. No, I'm kidding.
Austin Powers.
Powerful opinion.
I love gold.
Gold.
It's the wrong movie, but I don't care.
Austin
Yeah.
Powers and Faja.
It is
So I
the
thought-
best.
Is this a game about how Daniel Craig ends up in a men's room and bashes a guy's head into a urinal?
God, I could hope so.
I thought that's how he got his 00 status.
Wait, wasn't Henry Cavill in Calville?
Cavill.
Cavill.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm from the South. Fuck you guys.
Hey, he knows how to make PCs.
Yeah, he does. And God bless him for it.
He
Thermal
knows how to
paste.
put red plug to red socket, yellow plug to yellow socket.
Okay,
so
He knows how to
Mission
install
Impossible is what I'm
the
thinking
all-in-one computer, or the all-in-one cooling system, way prematurely.
Put the plug
And
that
also
can't
upside
fit
down.
anywhere except that one place in. Oh, look at that. You made a PC.
He did. We're ripping on him, but he did a really fucking good job for a first timer.
Did he?
Yeah,
of. Lita said, did he?
he did.
As if to question the man's integrity.
Look, I'm going off the whole thing that he just spent a lot of time reading instruction manuals and shit like that, and maybe talked to one or two other people, and he didn't actually have anyone there with him on the phone or something, being like, no, probably don't do that first.
He had a production assistant.
Whatever. So this is pretty cool. So yes, there is Project 007. There is a new 007 movie coming. I just think it's cool that IO Interactive is doing it. I haven't heard of IO Interactive for a while, but they did do some pretty fun games.
What did they do?
Oh,
in
was
the
that
past?
Masami? Oh, they do the Hitman series. That's
Oh.
probably what people know them the most for.
That seems like a natural progression. Go from something like that to a James Bond thing. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, right.
Yes, to go from a game that Anita Sarkeesian once called a complete and utter detriment to women.
Oh.
So let's not get me started on that particular topic because we'll be here for another 5 hours.
That's all I got. It's just oh.
This will turn into a 12-hour stream real quick.
Not even gathering money for charity for that.
I don't know. They if you say her name 3 times, apparently she appears in your stream and proceeds to get you taken down.
You know, for a guy who doesn't want to talk about her, you sure do like talking about her.
She pisses me off. Okay, she pisses me off.
Henry Cavill was in Mission Impossible?
Yes, the newest one.
Really?
Oh.
All I remember him from is the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
And Superman, Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
No, Zero is not the quartering. No.
If he were, I would have gone to his house and strangled him to death by now.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Just don't be the quartering, you'll be fine.
And you won't find out how kinky things can get.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Your loss.
Thank you, Linus. You get to be the big spoon tonight. All right. So there are a couple technology articles here. We'll start off with one of the fun ones. As game devs partner with GPU makers, will ray tracing be a new type of exclusivity? And I don't know, but I would guess what might have prompted this discussion was, in part, Cyberpunk 2077 not releasing ray tracing immediately for AMD.
Well, there was
I
another
guess.
game
Godfall.
that had announced that. Yeah, Godfall announced that before it was announced for Cyberpunk, and that's what actually started the conversation.
Interesting.
The fact that Cyberpunk is now also having delayed ray tracing with AMD is interesting.
Yeah, that's hilarious though. It's like AMD's like, haha, we're getting Godfall. that nobody fucking gives a shit about. And then Nvidia's like, alright, cool, we'll just take Cyberpunk 2077 then.
Yeah, it's quite the
That's a huge like you fucking lost big time in the race for exclusivity.
Let's just say that that's a huge fucking look at my dick.
Some real subtle dick swinging there.
Yeah, right.
If by subtle you mean the entire, if by subtle you mean it could be seen from outer space.
So could this actually be a thing? This goes back to the conversation we were having earlier. How many people actually give a fuck about ray tracing, let alone know what it is? Could this actually be a thing in the future? Would reflections and light ray coming off the sun actually be that big a deal in games to merit exclusivity?
No, listen, 1 year in the future, everybody's going to have these. Give it the next generation, when the current generation price plummets, and then all the people who are building their first PC, as teenagers and kids, they're the ones who are affording ray tracing. Every game's going to have it. It's going to be standardized. Game devs are going to know how to code it. It's not going to be anything special anymore. But like right now, it's the new hotness, and it's not the first time there's been that new thing that came up that really sparked a bit of competition between the two companies, and this is just the latest. And give it another 3-4 years, and either AMD or Nvidia is going to announce some new innovation that they figured out, and it's going to be the next generation video game graphics. And that's just how the cycle goes. This time it's ray tracing, next time it'll be something else.
And when everybody is special, nobody is
special, just like everyone else.
In the year 1.5 million, when man is enslaved by giraffe, ray tracing will be the biggest deal, while we pick leaves for our overlord's meal. Thank you.
You know what? Good job. Good job.
Insert some golf claps in post for that.
Thank you. Yes. Oh wait, no, I have a button for that. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Hi to our live studio audience, everyone.
In an odd twist, we had to pay them to be here.
Well, all except for Steve, my CIA agent who's constantly listening. Everybody say hi, Steve.
I thought that Steve was just a perv.
I mean, he may be. I don't know.
He just tells you that he's a CIA agent.
I mean, that could be it.
And the second piece of technology news would be stock air-cooled RTX 6800 XT series sets single GPU record on the 3D benchmark test, beating the LN2 cooled RTX 3090.
Yeah, everybody knows about GPU benchmarking. One of the standard benchmarks is the 3D Mark graphics test. If you ever put your GPU through a benchmarking test, they're kind of fun. They look really weird, and they don't make a lot of sense, and then they give you some numbers at the end that tells you how big your PP is. And apparently, a stock air-cooled RX 6800 XT beat out a liquid nitrogen 3090. Now, caveat, the CPU that was running with this 6800 XT was severely overclocked, liquid nitrogen cooled, so it was running as perfectly as it probably could. But it's interesting. Now, if you actually look at the details in the article, it had one of the settings set in the test off. I think it was like tessellations were set off. So there's like certain different benchmark score recording groups that will accept this and others that won't. So it might not be the undisputed new champion, but it did beat the previous top dog. And mind you, again, stock air cooling versus liquid nitrogen. So
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And mind you, in a month, we're getting the 6900 line.
Truly a great time to be alive.
6900s.
Stock air-cooled RTX 6800 XT. They're available they're supposedly available right now, but I think I tried last week to go on every single site that claimed to sell one, and they were all sold out. So hopefully we'll be getting more Christmas presents.
Much like Nintendo creating supply and demand.
So artificial scarcity.
That it.
Maybe.
But
so those are those. Oh yeah, speaking of Nintendo, what?
The Big House was set to host a Melee, a Smash Brothers Melee and Ultimate tournament, and yeah, that's not happening. Nintendo kind of hit them with a cease and desist because, you know, Nintendo.
Well,
does anyone here actually play Nintendo games?
I do.
Oh, okay.
There's some interesting drama to this story, and it's got the Smash community, or I should say the Melee community, pretty upset because Nintendo has abandoned Melee. They've officially said they have no plans to update it to support online play. They have no plans to do anything to revive it. They want people basically to play the new hot Smash game. And this group has been doing Smash Melee tournaments, but like in-person tournaments. Now in the time of COVID, obviously we can't. So they were using an emulator. They were going to use an emulator to host an online Smash tournament. And that's when Nintendo sent them the cease and desist. And this group, the Big House, they are partners with Nintendo, so Nintendo tells them not to do it. They're not going to do it. But it is unfortunate. You know, it's a dead game that Nintendo has no plans on giving any attention to. And then they're, at the same time, doing this. If you don't care about it, if you're not going to pay attention to it, you know, why bother? But they're saying that, like I said, they want you to play the new game. So if you're playing this old game and they support, they allow you to pirate and use emulators for this old game, then you're depriving them of revenue or something like that.
Getting this right, that Big House asked Nintendo, "Let me Smash," and Nintendo said no.
Probably more of a if we're not making money on it, neither are you sort of deal.
Nice.
Good job, Doc.
Thank you.
I appreciate that joke.
You're the only one. Oh boy.
I think pretty much covers our topic list.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The last thing that we have on here is the most common passwords of 2020.
Yeah,
And
we're going to display them right here on stream.
That was interesting though, because right at the top is their Cyber Month deal for a pretty good deal on NordVPN and their NordPass thing.
Yeah. Which, by the way, don't try to play Blizzard games on a VPN. It will fuck your shit right up.
Some games do not appreciate you playing through a VPN. Yeah. So anyway, it's just a list of the most common passwords, the number of users who NordVPN determined used this password, and the time that it took to crack it, and the estimated number of times exposed in the past year. So I thought this was kind of a funny article because people are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as a password.
2,543,285 people were using that fucking password. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's dumb. I mean, if you are
my-
using that password, you're dumb, and I have no qualms in saying it.
Man,
My theory behind this, my theory behind this was that people are using these passwords for scrap accounts that they don't need. They're going in creating bullshit email accounts to sign up for something on a website, and then they're never going to use that email account again.
But like, looking at the list, all of them kind of make sense. Most of them are just number strings. Password makes sense. Picture 1 makes sense. But look at number 10, Senha.
Senha.
How is that
How do you
number 10 on the list?
167,000 people have the same.
A very good question.
I do IT 8 hours a day, and a lot of that is people messing up their password, forgetting their password, and I have to listen to so many people. Man, who? Yeah, I would bet you money that if our password requirements were different, most of those people would be using passwords that I see on this list here.
So if anyone is curious, Senha is Portuguese for password.
Ah.
That's
You know what's-
amazing.
Beat
You
you
know
to it, Shiba. Ha!
You know what's interesting though is Hackers, the movie, lied because God was the most common password apparently.
No, that was right. Yeah, that was wrong even back then. Look, I'm surprised that password is number 4 on this list and not number 1 because just about every single router that I know of comes with the admin account. The default password is password.
Yeah, I was a little surprised about that too. Like, I thought that would actually have taken it out from all the number sequences.
Well, I will say I am curious as to what their methodology was in determining all these passwords. Like, where were they drawn from? What type of services or devices or websites or what? It's just, here's a list of the most common passwords. What's your data
Sauce.
methodology? Like,
Sauce, please.
yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that's from dark web scans. I mean, they do dark web scanning to see if your passwords are compromised. They also store all your passwords for you and tell you if they've been compromised.
They also the passwords do they store the hashes, and the hashes aren't salted.
That's true. I don't know if they can actually read that. Well, they shouldn't be able to, but maybe they can.
So,
Right. They shouldn't be able to. That'd be fucking disastrous if they could.
They probably can.
I just love the fact that the passphrase "fuck you" made it to number 86, down 66 spots from before though.
What's encouraging though is that "I love you" is number 17, infinitely more popular.
much more popular than fuck you.
Yeah, right. That gives me hope for humanity, for no reason.
I like that Aaron
431
431.
took 3 hours to crack. Which one was it that I just saw that had me fucking boggled as to why it took like 3 days or 2 days? Yeah, bang bang 1 2 3. It took fucking 2 days to crack, and 35,000 people are using that as their password.
Job and talent took 3 years.
I like how many first names are on here. Like, mine's like 111, and that cracks me up.
MySpace. Okay, who's using this password? I mean, I know it's a dead platform, but it still takes 3 hours to crack. What?
There's someone uses Zing. Actually, 30,000 people use Zing as a password, according to this. I like that. I gotta start using Zing more.
God damn it, Nicole. Why are you using your brain?
142 Yu-Gi-Oh. Really?
Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, it's funny seeing all the first names, though. Like,
Yeah. Matthew.
Holy shit, Naruto is 112.
Are
Come
you
on.
shitting me?
Pick that shit up.
let me in. That one's fun.
Master.
26 is party.
Oh my.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Naruto. Okay.
What else we got? Sample 123 is at 176. What the? No. Why?
Ooh. Someone was hungry. Cookie is 126.
Samsung up 198 spots. 16,000 people.
This has to be some kind of a joke.
Oh my god. 111 and then 8 ones. Wow.
What? So just ginger. Just the password ginger. I had less than a second to crack. I bet if you added Minj on to the end of that, it would be, at least a day to crack. Yeah.
Ginger
Easy.
Ninja.
Easy to remember. Ginger Ninja.
I've seen a lot of people started using like sentences as their with spaces.
My
the
company
output.
before I left the department I was in, the company that I work for switched to a minimum of 16 characters, and it has to be a passphrase with spaces and everything.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of the, a sentence.
Yeah.
Mine will be the chunky podcast of chunkiness.
Okay, so everybody start trying to log into Leetness's accounts now.
But I replaced the letters with numbers.
Oh.
Honestly, I thought
so it's all in Leet speak.
Leet speak.
Leet speak.
Honestly, I thought I'd be I love Niggle.
That's my current one, but
Aww.
Oh, and instead of the word love, it's actually the less than sign and a 3.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Because y'all are so fucking adorable.
Look, it's a perfectly fine password if you have two-factor authentication. Especially if you use this, if your two-factor authentication is email-based and you use the same password for your email.
But my email is also 2FA.
Like, can you do like some sort of two-factor authentication loop where all the services you use for two-factor authentication use the same password?
Cyclic redundancy. Yay!
How quickly could you fill up your inbox with one login request?
Oh my goodness.
My favorite one that one of my friends says they used, and this was after I think it was season 3 or 4 of Letterkenny, was writing the Twiffer.
Twiffer, not an easy word to guess. I don't think a dictionary attack would get that one. Is that a word?
Well, no, it's
only in Canada.
Yeah, only in Canada, and the way it was used on the TV show is your cousin standing out in center field during a softball game, or standing out at shortstop in a softball game. Girl hits the ball, smacks her right in the cooch, and all you hear from the crowd is "Ooh, right in the Twiffer."
Okay, according to Oxford Dictionary, it is not a word, but according to Urban Dictionary, it is filthy.
Of course it's filthy. It's Urban Dictionary.
Even by my standards.
Oh my god, that is
You
terrible.
have standards?
They're very low.
Hey!
God, what the fuck is that description?
It reads like poetry, honestly. If I weren't so horrified, I'd be enamored.
A succulent moist. I'll stop there.
Yeah, no.
Stop there.
Oh God, oh that word.
We'll cover it in post, I'm sure.
A succulent, moist, yet often shaved, virgin cherry-filled vagina in full bloom, waiting to be ravaged by a hostile semen-filled warrior. That is terrifying.
That is terrifying. It is. Oh my
This is
god.
beautiful.
Oh god.
I want to rock your body, baby.
My god.
Oh my
Ugh.
god. Slang
And
term
for-
slang term for a female vagina, as
For
opposed
some
to a
reason-
male vagina, i.e., snatch. Oh,
But there's a completely different meaning on Twitter.
there is.
Twitter is basically a place for people to post audio bites of their farts.
Okay, no. That's fart book. Okay.
No, there is.
Wait,
There's
is
actually the
Fartbook a thing?
hashtag. The hashtag on Twitter is a place for people to do fart noises.
Oh Jesus. Masami, these people are uncivilized.
It's okay. I
um,
understand.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to check whether or not fartbook.com is registered yet.
Oh my god.
It is
I just
not,
have a blank
It
page.
is not.
Don't lie. It will be soon if it isn't.
Oh my
So
god.
if they need to,
Yeah,
if they need, if they see
No, it's
one
taken.
episode, we need to
Oh,
make sure they see
motherfucker.
that episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to link that episode to
Oh, but
fartbook.com.
fartbook.co. Oh, no, even better. Fartbook.io is available.
Oh my
oh,
god.
for fuck's sake.
Input,
Try-
output, get it?
or fart. Oh god, yeah. All right, input output.
Yes.
Yes.
Fartbook.us, fartbook us,
Can you get
Oh.
fartbook.co.uk?
fartbook live.
I mean, isn't that post show?
Fartbook me.
Oh, God. This is fartbook.me. Now, IO is probably the winner in there.
Yeah, no,
Fart-
that is the winner.
There's Fartbook Club, Fartbook Online, Fartbook Shop. Oh gosh, Fartbook site. I like that. Fartbook today.
Oh.
Fartbook.tips.
Okay, all right. I like that. Is there any domain.poo?
I don't think I've ever seen a POO.
Why has no one ever come up with this before?
Well, because TLD is typically fartbookpoo.com is available though.
Nah, it's too lengthy. It's got to be snappy. Something we can put on the merch.
Fartpoo?
we got focus, man. Focus.
Fartpoo.com is taken, but
Focus.
fartpoo.co.
We need fartbook dot something.
Ooh, what about fartpo.org? Fartporg.
Oh my
It's
God.
available.
Okay, so the header of that one just has to be an ass shooting a porg from Star Wars out. That's
Fartporg.com. But
Hello.
no, I mean fartporg.
Hi, this is Disney. We're suing you.
for what? I don't understand why.
Wait, fartpo.com is available. Fartpo. That's like a really short domain too.
No,
Fartpo.
Fartpo.
I don't know. I'm still partial to fartbook.io. It makes
Yeah, I do. The original the idea behind this is to create a fart book for people to post audio clips of their farts and possibly silly images to go along with them.
Wait, what about twiffer.com?
Okay, new plan. Twiffer.com.
Twiffer.com is taken, but twiffer.net is available. Twiffer.io is also available.
Are you fucking kidding me? They
Doc.
want 7,500 euros for Twiffer.com?
Doc. You made my fucking night because you almost word for word said what the guys on Letterkenny said when it comes to Fartbook, and the idea, I am almost crying because it was fucking gold.
For the record, I've never seen that show.
Oh my
That's
god,
what makes it better.
that's what makes it so much better. Oh my god.
You know what we could do is twifa.com, like confefe, but Twiffer.
Oh my god.
The reference is getting really deep.
No idea how deep this reference goes.
I like Twifa.
The only
I mean, well, who doesn't?
the only
Who
thing
doesn't
that
enjoy a good Twiffer?
The only thing that I ask, Masami, is that you please don't post cat farts on there. We don't need to have that conversation.
No, you can do it. We'll have a special section just for cats. We'll call them
Shut-
pussy farts.
I would need a cat first.
Well, you can just use barn cats. I'm sure there are plenty of those in South Dakota somewhere.
Pussyfarts.com
we going
is
into
available for $10,000. $10,000.
$10,000.
Yeah.
What?
Pussyfart.com.
Oh my god.
Fannyfarts.com is available for $2,500.
That's obscene in the UK.
Yeah.
Oh.
Farts.com is taken, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, of course it is. Yeah, no, I spend a lot of free time on farts.com. Good content. Fresh content every day. Smells
Or you
great.
can get farts today. Farts.today.
In the topical world of farts, what's new today?
Oh wait, fart.space. Is that available? It is.
Don't.
Fart space.
No, I'm pretty sure the only two people I know that worked for NASA aren't working for NASA anymore, so I don't have the connections to get us a feed from the ISS.
No, I'm thinking about a place to fart. A space.
Oh, I was thinking about farts
Actual
in
space.
space.
Yeah, not farts.
But can
Yeah.
you hear a fart in
Ooh,
space?
actually,
Of course you can. If there's atmosphere,
in
you can
dot
hear a
space.
fart. The question is, how would the fart dissipate in 0G? And would NASA allow you to have a lighter on board a spaceship just for the purpose of lighting farts? Because NASA hates fire.
Well, yeah, because most of the things that they have are filled with oxygen.
Right.
You know what's brilliant? I searched for farts in dot space and it's available. But one of the suggestions was farts.in, which is brilliant because then the entire site.in.
Oh, farts in.
Then the entire website could be about where farts happen.
And that's the sound of a domain being bought.
Oh gosh, that's beautiful. I think I'm gonna get it. It's only $3.
Farts in Utah. And it's just a picture of a lovely couple standing there, and there's little.
Yeah, is that a good idea? That
Some
sounds
days-
like one of those websites that I bought. I bought a domain a while ago called toiletsfromlastnight.com.
I want to see a spreadsheet of all the domains that you own but have never used, but you bought because they're hilarious. I want to see this list.
Some
Yeah.
people get drunk and watch anime. Leetness gets drunk and buys domain names.
It's true. I have a lot.
We gotta get to work on some of that.
I'd be so much like I have so much more money if I just didn't buy domains all the time.
How long is your license to them?
I usually buy like for 2 years minimum.
Oh god.
Well, because I don't want to have to deal with the payment for 2 years, so I just buy it for 2 years.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Throw money at it, it's easier. Oh gosh. Alright. What's this going on? We're going on 2 hours here. This was a good podcast.
It
should
was.
probably
It was a
call it.
great podcast.
Especially when we started talking about farts.
It got even stinkier.
Alright. So, yep, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for joining us for the Church of Chonkwij podcast. We hope you had a blast. We certainly had a blast, especially at the end when we started blasting. And I will catch you next week.
So
Here is yeah.
My very big brain balls.
So-
And here's 0.
So, programming note for this week: we will not be having a Thirsty Thursday podcast, as it is Thanksgiving. Unless
Fuck
you
you!
guys...
You can't stop me getting drunk and playing video games.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's fine. You guys want to do it? I believe I will be home around 8:00 that night. I think we can make it happen. Never
I'll be-
mind.
I'll be
I'm gonna
sufficiently
be-
sourced by then.
Yeah, I'm probably also going to be wasted.
Awesome. Drunk frame it is. Omega, you in?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All
right.
right. Well, so we may or may not. Stay tuned to Twitter to find out.
Twiffer. .in. Twifferin.
Oh my god.
And on that note,
Good night, everybody.
Penis, penis.
Bye.